Alrighty, so adopt an element project. I'm going to share my screen so that you guys can kind of see what you need to be doing here. Okay, so the first step, what you're going to need to do first, is choose an element to do your project on. So elements are all kinds, there's like iron, hydrogen, lithium, nitrogen, oxygen, all kinds of elements in the world. So you are going to choose from one of these 36. So hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon. You can choose any of these 36 elements. It doesn't matter which one to do your project on. So that's first step. Choose your element. Your second step is to go to Google Classroom and scroll down to our science class. So if we scroll down to science, we have, if you go down far enough, adopt an element project. On here we have instructions and the Google Slides. The instructions, the only thing you really need from there, because all the instructions are on the Google slide that I gave you, all you really need on there is the rubric on page 2. So it asks that the timeliness of the completion, so whether it's complete and on time, so you might lose a few points with that if it's late. And then it's got mechanics, appearance, and creativity. So everything's neat, legible, pictures, words, creative, everything that's required is there. The next part is the scientific understanding. So your project is accurate and giving me all the information that I asked for. And the final one is your written expression. So the paragraphs that you write have proper convention, spelling, grammar, all the things that I would expect out of writing a paragraph. So that's what the instructions are for, just to use this. All of the 1 through 6 you see here is the Google Slides that you would open up. So this is assigned to you in Google Classroom, so it opens up onto its own tab once you open it, and everybody should be able to edit it. Perfect. What you're going to do is start filling out the boxes. So if your element is gold, you would highlight that, get rid of it, and write gold, and then where it says your name, you'd write your name. So you're typing directly into those text boxes. On slide 2, it's looking for the Bohr model. And the Bohr model is the model of your element. So if you look at the Bohr model of something, it's done by Niels Bohr. It's something like this. It's not very good. Let's look at this one's good. So this is a nitrogen element, or atom, an atom for nitrogen, and this is a Bohr model. It shows you that there are this many protons and neutrons in your nucleus and this many electrons floating around. That's what it's asking for on that slide, a picture of the Bohr element. And then to make sure that you write down, if it's not on the picture, how many protons, neutrons, and electrons are in your element. Slide 3 is asking for the element properties. So in bullet point form, shown to the left over here, it wants you to list the chemical properties of your element. So you're going to look up, sorry, my dog and cat are playing. You're going to look up chemical properties of your element. And then on the bottom here, in bullet form, list the physical properties of your element. So you're going to look up the physical properties of your element and type them into those text boxes. Okay? And then include at least one picture somewhere on here, because the pictures make it more fun to look at. The next one, slide 4, is the history of your element. So in a paragraph, in 5 to 7 sentences, you're going to Google and write a full paragraph about the history of your element. So you want to include who discovered your element, when and where was it discovered, how was it discovered, and the impact that your element has had on society. So if you do gold, one of the biggest impacts that it's had on society is that it's a type of money, basically. It's currency in a lot of places, so gold is worth a lot of money. And then show at least one picture, please. Next one, slide 5, is, again, the uses of the element. So in paragraph form, you're going to describe how your element is used, and you're going to want to include how it's used, so one or more of the uses, how the element was manufactured, the cost of using your element, the impact it had on society, and if your element has synthetic uses, explain how it is made from natural resources. So how is your element created, basically, if it's not natural? And then again, show some pictures on the slide. And finally, slide 6 is just over here in the bullet points. Do some interesting facts. 3 to 5 interesting facts about your element that can't really fit under the other slides. So if you find a cool fact about iron being used in the Middle Ages to create weapons, that's super cool. Write that there. So that's basically what your assignment is. Once you're done, turn it in. Hope that helps.